So.
All right, hey everybody, it's Ktdata and Deedo from Ktdata.net, and we're here at the GEEX Show.
Indeed.
So we're here on a Friday night. It's actually a 2-day event, and today we really don't know what we're doing. We're pretty much just going to walk around and see what we can find.
We did check out a little bit of it, and there's a lot to see. Trust me, there's a lot to see.
Much. What I'm more worried about is that our only ticket in is this wristband for both days. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I'm one of the few geeks that shower. All right, on to the show.
So here we are. Here with a few cosplayers here at Geeks, and who are you?
I'm a scout from Team Fortress 2.
Awesome. So now that we're here at the Geeks convention itself, what brings you here?
I actually came because my friend told me about it, and I'm a pretty big cosplayer. I'm going to Anime Bonsai next week, so I figured this was a good kind of gear up to get ready for it.
Sounds awesome. So what makes you feel like you should be here at an electronic game expo?
I've been a gamer for a long time. I've actually been gaming longer than I've been cosplaying, so this is a lot of fun.
Nice.
I grew up on video games. It's basically like that.
So now you're from Team Fortress, I assume. So exactly like how good are you?
At Team Fortress?
Yeah.
As a scout?
Yeah.
I beat everybody. I win forever.
You do tournaments?
No. I don't do tournaments. I don't know if they would do a Team Fortress 2 tournament.
Oh, that's a pity. That's a pity. So tell me like what is it that makes you like this? Like being a gamer.
Geeks?
Like being a geek. What is being a geek to you?
You're cooler than everybody, and they're mad. So I don't know. It's basically that. It's just kind of like there's an entire nerddom out there that you get to be a part of that not a whole lot of people get or get to be into.
That sounds pretty cool. Alrighty, now we're back, and here we have another cosplayer here at Geeks. What are you?
I'm Sylvanas Windrunner from World of Warcraft.
Tell me, World of Warcraft. We have the best speculations of World of Warcraft being like the most time-consuming, life-consuming, and also money-draining game on the market. Do you play like that?
I used to play like that, but I recently quit about a month ago, but I had been playing for 5 years, like all the time, so.
Were you like one of those people who lived in the mother's basement and just never saw a light of day?
Definitely.
Stack of pizza boxes.
Yep, that was me.
Code red everywhere.
Definitely.
All right, so as we talked about the whole Geeks itself, how long you been gaming, so to speak?
I haven't like ever gamed like as in, oh my goodness, Gears of War, tournaments, yes. But I'm kind of more like a casual gamer. I've been into MMORPGs for like 6-7 years, so yeah. All
right. So, of the whole World of Warcraft universe itself, and since you recently quit and everything, what was your main focus in the game? Because there's a whole bunch of like enchanting and dispelling, or just just a guild things. So did you do a lot of those? Were you like heavily involved in any of that, or were you just one of those people that got on there and just played?
No, I was really involved in the community because I was on a role-playing server.
Okay.
So when you're on a role-playing server, you really need to be into your community because the social aspect is everything. Mm-hmm. So I was really into that, but I was also like a huge PvPer for the Horde.
All right. So as we're here at Geeks itself, what brings you here to the Geeks?
I heard about it last year, and I went as Lightning from Final Fantasy 13.
Awesome.
And I came because I've really wanted to do video game cosplays, but I've never really had the chance, having gone to like Anime Bonsai.
All right.
So I came here thinking, oh wow, like people that'll appreciate my cosplays, and sure enough, people did, and so I came back with Team Fortress Kid over there.
Awesome. All right. So you've been saying you've been doing a lot of video game cosplay, and you've been doing it for what, 2 years, or how long have you been actually running this?
Running as in?
Just cosplaying.
I've been cosplaying for 3 years.
3
years.
Nice.
If I could count.
All right, here we are at the Infinity Blade demo booth, And right now they're actually showing off the newest version of Infinity Blade FX. What do you think so far by looking at all the other demos people have been doing?
This would be the first time I actually seen Infinity Blade FX in the works, and from what I'm seeing itself, it looks very pretty and also very interesting.
Have you ever played the first one?
I have not, honestly.
Let me tell you, on the first one for Infinity Blade, it was actually, I thought it was amazing, especially when I went to upgrade it, because that was about the time I upgraded my iPhone 2G to an iPhone 4G, and the game, even on the 2G, it looked really good, but once you got it on the Retina display, it became amazing. Like, the graphics on it really looked like a well-polished game, not those cheesy graphics that you expect for a phone game, and I actually enjoyed the gameplay for it, so I think it's worth it.
Awesome. That's something I need to check out on my phone to see if it's actually on the Droid.
All right, sweet. So this is Infinity Blade FX, and make sure you guys check it out on a touch device near you soon.
I think something went wrong, guys. I don't know what's happening here, but I seem to, maybe it's all the stakes. What do you think, huh?
Oh, Dookie. What happened to my voice, huh? Huh? You drugged me, didn't you? I knew it. It's just that one night, right? Huh? Somebody come help me, now!
All right, here we are. We're going to hear it still at GEEX itself, and what we have here is a little Star Wars booth here at GEEX. So tell me, who are you?
My name is Ori Kabor. I'm one of the Mandalorian Mercs. It's an international costume club. Right here behind you is the Crate Clan's booth, Crate Clan being the Utah chapter of the Mandalorian Mercs.
So, their clan, how do you say this again?
Crate Clan.
Crate Clan, all right. Crate Clan is this, what do you do exactly here?
Well, everything you see on me, behind me on the booth, we made ourselves.
Oh, really?
We scratch build everything, the helmets, the armor, paint everything, design our own color scheme and everything else. We're just generic Mandalorians as opposed to Boba Fett or Jango Fett.
I see. So you, all this
Everything you
guys
see,
did.
yep.
What do you make this out of?
Depends. We've got different things for different ones. Mine specifically, the armor is made out of what's called Sintra. It's the equivalent of like PVC pipe, but it comes in a flat sheet.
All right.
This helmet is actually a resin cast helmet from a group known as MDSB. We've got scratch build helmets behind us that were custom made ourselves with cardboard, fiberglass, and Bondo. But it just depends on the size of helmet everybody needs.
Is all stuff you do here is custom made to order for anyone?
Not for anyone. We don't do commission work. Mercs is a costume club for anyone to join. And if there's those that have never tackled costuming before, those of us that have done it are there to help the new ones out. Show them how we did it or show them some better ways and help everybody make their own costume.
So to become a member, what do you have to do?
Well, there is some rules as far as it's mostly a piece requirement, but there's some rules on our website at mandalorianmercs.com that you go through and you have this checklist of things you need to have. The helmet, chest armor, you need to have some forearm coverings, the flight suit, that, basic Boba Fett looking or Jango Fett looking stuff.
All right.
And then you go on the website and start looking, start building, start posting pictures. It's a forum where it's an international costume club, and on the forum, it showcases all the mercs across the globe making their costumes. We have threads start to finish on a lot of us, like myself specifically, a thread that shows how I did it. What I learned was bad, what I learned was good, how I made my costume.
Awesome. So when you join this itself and it gives you all the tips on how to make it yourself, then what's the main focus of your club?
Well, the main focus is being as nerdy as possible, finding excuses to wear it. But typically we try to look for charitable events. To give off a few, we typically each chapter across the world does a Toys for Tots type event towards December, which we'll be doing here shortly. We meet up with different places, comic book shops or what have you, to do those. We've worked with the Salvation Army doing the bell ringing at Smith's downtown. And then we also do, you name it, on the walks. We've helped with a walk for diabetes, cure for cancer, those kinds of walks. We've done a handful of special events for different groups. There's a group in Salt Lake that works specifically with the deaf children and hard of hearing children. They're in a small community and they go to a specific school to help them. They've never had a playground. Well, last year we got to help them with what they call their fall festival, and we're going to do it here again here in a couple of weeks. But we help them at their fundraiser. Kids would come get their photos taken with us and donate whatever, $1, $5, $100, whatever they had, their families and them, towards a society for every photo they got with us, kind of a thing. They were able to actually earlier this year, put in a playground designed for these children. A lot of textures and a lot of things to make it exciting. There's also some blind children that are a part of it or hard of seeing, and they've put braille pieces throughout this playground to help them be able to have fun and enjoy it. It's a playground they've never had.
I must ask this. When you are helping them build a playground, are you in your costume?
We didn't actually help build the playground. All we did was just help raise the funds for it. But no, if they would have asked, we would have been there in armor doing it, yes.
That sounds awesome. And then the last point I must ask itself.
Shoot.
You are a Star Wars fan, right?
Nah, I'm more of a Trek guy, really.
Oh, really?
No, pretty big Star Wars fan myself. There are bigger ones out there than me. I don't take this too seriously. This is just fun, having a good time with a bunch of like-minded people, having passion, making some what we consider art. Good times.
And so you started your clan's booth here itself at GEEX. What is a geek to you?
What is a geek? You name it. There's a stereotypical kid that never gets out of his grandma's basement playing video games all day. I've met that guy. And then there's those of us that come out here and have a good time. We, live the regular life. And not to say video games are bad. There's plenty of guys sitting over there right now having a hell of a good time playing video games, competing with others.
Awesome. Thank you for your time.
Hey, anytime.
All right, here we are at the Rogue Base of the Legion. So just tell us something about it, because I have no idea.
Okay. The Rogue Base is the local chapter of the Rebel Legion. Our goal is to be able to wear in public movie-quality costumes. We specialize in the good guy characters, Jedi, X-Wing pilots, princesses, and all that. And then once we were able to wear these costumes in public, we actually use the publicity of Star Wars to raise money for charity.
That's sweet. So tell us about some of the charities you have.
Any number. We've done stuff for Make-A-Wish Foundation, Children's Miracle Network. Toys for Tots is a local one that's seen a lot of success. It could be sometimes school fundraisers that are raising money to buy a new playground or new books for the school or whatever. Sometimes we're asked to do publicity events like this one, the GEEX Expo. So anytime somebody asks us to come by and we can possibly draw attention to that charity or organization, we'll come by.
So how's the general acceptance of having you guys walking around in costumes and everything? Do you get a lot of stares, or do you just have people going up to you like, you guys are the most awesome thing ever?
Well, this venue right here, because it's the GEEX Expo, we are almost like rock stars right now. There are certain events where we'll get that stare, but for the most part, children from ages 5 to 93, they love what we do, and they really appreciate the the detail with the costumes, the fact that we're in character. It's hard to find a person who does not like Star Wars, or at least can't find something to relate to in the Star Wars universe. And the kids of all ages, they really, really seem to appreciate it. That's probably why the ability to raise funds for charity is so successful, because everybody loves Star Wars. You can't go wrong with it.
So if people are interested in learning more about this, where should they go?
All right. The main website for the Legion is just rebellegion.com. If you are interested in joining up, we have all the tutorials, the instructions, the standards for the costumes. It's not just anybody. You've got to be able to make the movie quality costume. Rogue Base, we were only formed about a year ago, but we have our own set of forums up there. If you are interested in learning more about the Rebel Legion members in Utah, Idaho, or Montana, Rogue Base covers that area.
And then one last question. How do you feel about all these Imperial guys around you?
Are you
afraid they'll jump you or something?
They brought me here to keep an eye on them. I'm not afraid of them with nothing. Okay? We blew up their Death Star. I'm not worried about these guys at all. Okay, we're here to watch them.
All right. Thanks, man.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
And we're back at GEEX. Here I have Izzy, a part of What Do You Do?
What do we do? I'm a part of the 501st Legion, Alpine Garrison, and we do Star Wars costuming for charity and other good causes.
Awesome. Now tell me, what are some of the charities you've done so far?
I personally have done stuff for Primary Children's, Make-A-Wish, Shriners Children's Hospital, Toys for Tots, Wounded Warrior Project.
Wounded Warrior?
Wounded Warrior Project, helping the vets that come back.
Okay.
So, and we've done things for families who have lost their homes in fires. The list just goes on.
So tell me, do you have a special interest? I mean, obviously you have a nice little booth here itself, and is there any way like to get? Well, what's some? Sorry, gotta do that one over. So, when members itself, how do you accumulate them?
We accumulate members basically from the Star Wars fans that never grew up.
So basically, anyone who's still living in their mother's basement or something like that, that just want to come out and actually like experience the.
We'll accept them too. We also accept people who are out on their own and still haven't grown up. Just if you have an interest in Star Wars, we do mainly Imperial costuming.
All right.
Stormtroopers, Darth Vader, Boba Fett, costumes from the EU, different Sith Lords. Tusken Raiders, basically. If it's a bad guy in the Star Wars universe, we'll take them.
So these costumes you have, the helmet and everything, are these custom made?
They are.
How do you do this? Like, what's the process of making one of these?
Well, cloth parts, obviously, it takes sewing or knowing somebody who can sew. Plastic, we have members that actually have made the molds, have the vacuum form machines that they've built themselves.
Nice.
And they get the sheets of plastic, heat it up, vacuum form it, and you'll actually get it in. You'll actually. It's loud. You'll actually get it in a kit form, which you then have to customize to fit your own body.
All right. So from all your customization itself, are these made to order, or are they kind of like a form where you just kind of go down the list of how to do it yourself?
They're generally in a form where you do it yourself.
All right.
It's like building a giant model kit.
Is there like a group that all your members get to and like start working on costumes together? Like for example, like our Stormtrooper here. Is there like a group of people you get with to get all your plastics, all your molding together, so that you're all working on one at a time, so it's not just like a one-person deal?
Yeah, I mean, in the Alpine Garrison, we have plenty of people who will, lend a hand to troopers. I've opened up my garage on occasion and have had like 15 people over, all working on different costumes. Tomorrow, one of our members is also opening up their garage, so while some of us will be here, having fun at Geeks, the people who still want to get in the game can go and work on their costumes. And, next time around, they'll be ready to go.
Awesome. Now, I must ask this, too, because, obviously we have, you're being guarded and everything itself. What do you think of the surrounding factions around you?
Well, I think those guys are a little bit shady and are probably going to break the law soon. But the Mercs are okay as long as you pay them.
You think you can get him to convert?
Been trying, and he's shown his dark side once or twice.
He's got a point.
No. Actually, the bad guys had the girls in the metal bikini. She got changed when you got her back.
All right, so next one is my next question, and probably the final one I need to ask yourself. To join your club, or your legion, I should say, where do you go?
Good place to start is either 501st.com, or if you are here in Utah, alpinegarrison.com. That'll get you in with the local garrison. Come say hi, tell us what you're interested in doing, and we will help walk you through it all the way to get you going and rolling and having some fun and, contributing to some good causes.
Sounds awesome. And also, I must ask this itself. How long have you been maybe you can help me with this. How long has he been in his costume, like from start to finish? Like, what is the time frame of actually making something look this great?
Generally, for most Stormtrooper costumes, it's about like 20 hours.
20 hours?
I believe. So, obviously, the more hands you have helping out, the quicker it goes.
So, As hands help itself, how many? How many hands would you say it would take to do this in 20 hours?
I mean, 20, 25 hours is usually one person doing it on their own.
It's one. Oh, that's nice.
I actually did help him with this kit, and we did it in a couple evenings over dinner, and then he just put on the touch-ups, over a couple more nights? So, it was probably more like a 12 hours, would you say, about?
That's awesome. I must ask you something, Self. By chance, have you heard of the Tokyo Stormtrooper? Oh, that's a shame. You should see this. He goes everywhere in a total Stormtrooper costume. All over the world, especially in Tokyo. Thanks for your time, guys. Thanks, Dave.
Thank you.